where we're looking at, well, the journey from scarcity to abundance. And to start, if you want to understand absolute scarcity, just imagine like that miserable low-residue diet you have to endure right before a medical procedure.
Oh, man, yeah. Like the colonoscopy prep diet. It's brutal.
Right. You're basically just chewing on plain crackers, dreaming of any kind of flavor. It is just bleak.
But then you contrast that with the ultimate abundance, right? Like the day after the procedure. Or in the case of our source material today from Pastor Hu Zikang, a massive all-you-can-eat seafood buffet for a 38th wedding anniversary.
Yeah, it's such a relatable way to start. He uses that hilarious personal anecdote to frame his analysis of, a really famous story of scarcity turning into abundance. The biblical miracle of the 5 loaves and 2 fishes.
Right, and what's fascinating here is a textual anomaly, he points out. Out of all the miracles, this is actually the only one recorded in all 4 Gospels.
Wait, really? The only one?
Yeah, the only one. And that matters because each writer brings a totally unique lens to how God handles our nothingness. Like Matthew gives us the sheer scale of the scarcity with over 5,000 people.
Plus women and children, right? So it's like massive.
Exactly. But then Mark shows us how you manage that kind of chaos. He notes that Jesus had the crowd sit in specific groups of 50 and 100. So it turns this panicked, starving mob into an orderly community ready to receive.
Wow. Okay. And then Luke focuses on the specific actions, right? The take, bless, break, give sequence.
Yeah, which isn't just meal prep. It foreshadows the exact theological blueprint for communion later on. But John's angle is the one that really grounds this in reality.
Right, because John frames the whole event as this massive leadership test for the disciples.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus already knows what he's going to do, but he forces the disciples to confront their own total inadequacy first.
Which just turns them into, like, the world's most stressed out middle managers. They are stuck on this totally awkward bridge between a boss demanding the impossible and this massive, hungry crowd. I mean, you've got Philip acting like the team's spreadsheet guy.
He really is. I mean, he's crunching the numbers, looking at the crowd, and he calculates that 20 silver coins wouldn't even get everyone a single crumb.
It's just pure, pragmatic despair.
Exactly. And then on the other end of the spectrum is Andrew. He finds a kid with a lunchbox, 5 barley loaves and 2 fish.
But even as he brings it to the boss, he's backpedaling, right? Saying, like, what are these among so many?
Right. He's offering a solution while admitting it completely fails the math.
Yeah.
And Pastor Hu links this universal panic to Old Testament miracles, like the widow of Zarephath.
Oh, right. She had just a tiny handful of flour and a few drops of oil left during that severe famine.
Yeah, and the prophet Elijah promises it won't run out. Miraculously, her jars just keep refilling. We read those historical accounts and, we wish we had that kind of divine provision.
But when we actually hit our own moments of scarcity, our first instinct is usually just to panic, like Philip. Like, we don't look for the miracle.
Well, and the real tragedy in this gospel account happens right after the panic is resolved. The crowd eats, and they gather exactly 12 baskets of leftovers.
Which symbolizes complete overflowing abundance, right?
Yes, exactly. And yet, the crowd entirely misses the spiritual point of what just happened. They try to forcefully crown Jesus as a political bread king.
Like a perpetual vending machine to permanently solve their material poverty.
Precisely.
But wait, I have to challenge that.
Yeah.
Can we really blame them?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm living in first-century poverty and someone hands me infinite free food in the wilderness, of course I'm going to vote for that guy. It's just basic survival.
Right. Survival is a powerful instinct. But the presentation asks a vital question here. Are you merely following the miracle? Or are you seeking the Lord behind the miracle?
I mean, I hear the theology, but pragmatically, if my kids are starving, theology doesn't put food on the table. A bread king does.
That's true, and the miracle did feed them that day. I mean, the physical hunger mattered. But the trap is that the crowd wanted to lock him into only being a provider of physical bread.
So they just wanted a quick fix for their earthly discomfort.
Right, ignoring that a temporary meal doesn't solve the core human condition. The text emphasizes that true salvation wasn't going to be a permanent food supply in the desert. The ultimate rescue was the cross.
Because the physical bread only delays death for another day. It's just a temporary patch.
Exactly. They wanted the gift, but they wanted to control the giver. The physical miracle was really just a signpost pointing to a much larger eternal reality.
But they were just too focused on their stomachs to see it.
Exactly.
Well, we aren't out in the wilderness demanding free barley loaves today, but we're definitely still looking for our own versions of a bread king.
Oh, absolutely. We all do it.
So here's a thought for you to mull over as we wrap up today's deep dive. The crowd wanted a bread king to solve their immediate discomfort. What modern bread kings, whether that's a quick material fix, a convenient piece of technology, or just chasing endless prosperity, are you chasing in your own life at the expense of seeking deeper, lasting truth?